even a real statistic. I mean, she didn't name names, but she said that no black women voted for Trump. I'm sitting right there. I'm like, hey, my hand goes up. I'm in my living room. I'm like, hey, I'm right here. I'm not the only one. There's a whole bunch of us. We're growing exponentially. Every time one of you Democrats says something really dumb like that, 25, 35 more black women jump off your plantation. They run off your plantation. I mean, seriously, you act like we don't have a brain of our own. This is what makes me mad. I mean, I have never been a Democrat, but I've always wondered why black people stay where they are disregarded. I mean, really, they're propped up every 4 years. And all they talk about is race, 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 race. I mean, not solving any real problems, just race. And I'm sure that's what you're going to hear a lot of. Like, everything's about race. Do you know there's places, I've been places in the middle of America, nobody gives a rat's behind what race I am. They're just nice to me. And they're nice to everybody. I've been to some wonderful places in middle America where have some really decent human beings. And guess what? We all own guns. And guess what? We're not shooting each other. That happens in places like Chicago, New York, LA, Democrat strongholds. But they want to make us the bad guy. They want to make NRA the bad guy. When somebody gets crazy and does something stupid with a gun, something evil, first thing out of the Democrats' mouth, same thing, ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, The first thing they say is NRA, we need to fight NRA. Well, not one of these shooters have been a member of NRA. I'm a member. My husband's a member. But they always associate it with the NRA, and these people have not been associated with the NRA, not once. So I wish they'd stop pulling that card. It's just like they pull the race card. If somebody's mean to you or says something you don't like, all you have to do is say racist because your argument is weak. That's the weakest, laziest argument for anything. It's like, well, you people own guns and the gun shooter owned guns. Therefore, you're all the same. Oh, there was this one story that's been bugging me, and nobody apologizes, especially ABC News. But this one story, it was about shooting. It was in New Jersey, I believe. And immediately, I think the shooting happened on a Monday or something like that. And Joy Behar immediately, remember, I watch The View, so you don't have to. But Joy Behar immediately said, you see, this is those white racists, and it's all been stirred up by the one at the top, Trump. As it turned out, within hours, I heard that, there was a black man dressed all in black and a black woman. And it turns out they were in some new cockamamie religion, where they think they're the new Hebrew tribe. I don't know how they get, the imagination has to be really rich, but that kind of thing. And so they were saying that these aren't real Jews. We're the real Jews. Therefore, they're going to, I think that's their motive. They were going to kill these fake Jews, whatever, next to a Catholic school. Oh my gosh, whatever. It seems to me that people jump to that because that's convenient and that's what they do. But do they come back the next day and say, oh, I was wrong. It wasn't a white racist, supremacist, or whatever? Do they? No, not ever. When they all accused the Covington boys of being smirky and inciting and rude to the Indian guy who had the drum, beating the drum in the boy's face, and the Indian guy wasn't even who they said he was at the beginning. And it turned out the whole thing wasn't as it was presented. And I can go back to CNN and listen to them talk about the smirk in their face and how they would like to punch that kid. Did they go back and say, oh, we were wrong? I'm sorry, kid. No, they never do. That's why I hope that child gets all sorts of money from CNN, especially CNN, and whoever else he's suing. I would have been a proud mother if my son had been there all day marching for life and was there waiting for a bus with a MAGA hat. I would have been a proud mother. And he held his own. He didn't get incited. He didn't get foul languaged. He just stood there and smiled. He didn't strike the man. I thought that was very courageous and bravo, because that's how we have to behave when these people are acting like idiots in front of us. So there you have it. This has been that kind of week. I'm wondering a few things. I'm wondering about Obama. I know it's a sore subject, but Obama, if we're going to be ending the world in 12 years, why'd you buy a beachfront property? I thought we were going to be underwater. Why are they still giving 30-year loans at the bank? Do the bank people not know that the environmentalists say they're going to be underwater, these properties? I think they know. I think they know it's all a crock. Sure, environment changes, climate changed. It's always changed. There's nothing you can really do about it. But they're still rocking that farce. But we don't have to be fooled. Obama. By the way, who was in office when Trump was being spied on by the FBI and other government agencies? Oh, it was Obama. Isn't it convenient that they aren't bringing his name up? That was under Obama's watch. Those spies. Surveillance, I'm sorry. The impeachment will go on. Nancy will play her games. I'd like to see it in the Senate where it belongs, where it can be shut down, dead on arrival. Although I would like a little bit of a trial so we can call in some witnesses, like the Bidens, like Nancy actually, like Adam Schiff. Wouldn't that be lovely? Adam. I don't know. Adam, I'm kind of sick of your face right now. So maybe if you sent in a tape, because do we have to look at that face any longer? So much has gone on. 2020 is going to be a much better year. I think it's going to be eventful. It will not be boring, to say the least. It will not be boring. It will be exciting. I think too much is going to happen. I'm going to have to do a podcast like every other day in order to keep up with things because, well, somebody's got to do it. And frankly, I really like this. It's really fun. Please come back. Subscribe. Hit the bell if you're listening on YouTube. But I'd love to have you back and keep in touch and let you know my take on what's going on in the world, particularly my country, our country, the United States of America. Republicans, we are rolling up our sleeves. We are getting ready for the fight of our lives. They think we're going to be complacent. They think we're going to stay home because we think we've got this cinched. They don't realize just how much they've invigorated us, how much they've actually brought us together. I've never seen the Republicans been so cohesive. It's like we're in a huddle. And we're all working really hard because we're tired of this BS from the Democratic Party and the mainstream media. Does the FCC even exist anymore? What happened? Why aren't they saying something? Why aren't they requiring retractions when the media lies? Well, I'm going to look into that for my next show. But I'm looking forward to the new year. Hopefully I'll get to talk to you before then. Sorry to do it so late today because, well, I had an interruption. But come back later And maybe I'll play you a little ditty. You can tell I haven't practiced guitar in years, but I thought I'd warm up and get better at it again. So you guys will listen to me. Kathy of kathysright.com. Check out my blog. I have a page on Tumblr now and a new page on Facebook. It's all under Kathy's Right, everything. And stay in touch and have a good year. I'm going to pray for you. I'm praying for our country, a real prayer. Bye.